Mr. Teague. Mr. Teague, state your name and address for the record. Thank you.
All right, Corey Teague, 65 Prince Street, Paterson, New Jersey. I'm here tonight for the sole purpose of representing the family of Felix Dejesus. I want to make that very clear. It's not politics, it's not anything else. I couldn't care what anyone thinks or says. I'm here for this family. They reached out to me, and we have been searching and looking and going online and doing videos and posting flyers and signs and everything else. What we do know is that the night Mr. Dejesus went missing, he had an encounter with Paterson police. He was left on Front Street over by the falls on a night that was so cold that pretty much it was declared a night that nobody should be out there. It was a cold blue. We do not know where he is right now. We're working with Haledon right now, Prospect Park, surrounding areas. I have been on the phone with detectives from other cities around Paterson, and we are still working hard to try to find this young man. It has become very, very unnerving to this family. It's been almost a month that he's been missing, and according to the family, as of today, this afternoon, they still have yet to hear from the police department or the mayor's office, or anyone for that matter. So it's time for us to really, batten down the hatches, as they say back in the day, and let's get some answers to this family. They reached out to me. They did not go anywhere. They said, we want you to help us do this. And I asked them, I said, you sure? You're not going to let anybody come to you and tell you not to let me help you? No, they're here, as you can see. So I'm with them. That's how it is. Let's get it done. Let's find this young man. I'm sure you have information about what happened. Somebody in here got to know something. A grown man cannot just disappear like that and nobody knows what happened. If they can find a stray dog in the cold or a stray cat, this is a grown man that just disappeared, and we have no idea where he is, and we're continuing the process. We're sharing the videos. The video that we did last week in the hallway had about 6,200 views already, about 400 shares. So people are out there. The word is getting out. The message is getting out. People are out here looking and searching, but we still have not gotten the answers. So I'm here tonight to represent the family because they asked me to be here. And now we're looking to you for some answers about what's going on. You have the power to push the mayor's office, the administration, the police department to get some answers to this family. To just scoot them off and say, I talked to the AG's office. That's unacceptable. I'm sorry. I stood here last week and I said, no, that's not right. This young man is missing. He should have been left at the emergency room, in my opinion, instead of being left on the street, especially if they said there was some emotional issues going on with him at the time. He should not have been left on the sidewalk. That's what it is. We're here tonight because we want answers, and we're going to continue to come back until we get them. We know there's an election coming up, so that means folks got to do their jobs. I'm not running for anything, so you can't say that it's politics. I'm not running for any of these council seats. I'm here to fight for the family. I'm going to be that advocate whether you like it or not. So if you don't want to see my face down here, get some answers to this family. That's all.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes, Madam President. Next speaker is Mr. Rucker.
Ernest Rucker, Paterson. Let me start by saying this. This is not personal. This is business. Business. A committee of a whole is used as an investigative arm. It is your duties. Forget about what the mayor's done for you, hasn't done for you. You have to give an accountability to the public. And that's not happening now. There's not just one committee of a whole that needs to be brought about. It's not just the fire department. It's also the February 9th secret, quiet, private meeting of black folks for a Black History celebration. And city employees worked the event. A member of his staff was taking signatures in the event. That is a political event. We also have $700,000 missing. No one can seem to find out where it is from code enforcement. And this was brought up in 2019. The administration was aware of it. It is time that I've talked to a lot of people today on the phone. Your job is not to protect a mayor. Your job is to protect us. That's your job. You represent us. You do not represent the administration. And some of you don't seem to understand that. You represent us. And I'm going to be very frank with you, because I know you like it when I'm frank and honest. Okay? If you try any tricks tonight on this committee of a whole, I will hold you personally accountable. Let me repeat that. If any kind of trickery happens tonight to stop the public from getting the information it needs to be able to make a legitimate decision on who we want to vote for, I'm going to hold you very much to the ground on this. This is not about liking a mayor or supporting another candidate. This is about the public receiving what it deserves. Every time I came here, I heard about accountability. I want accountability from the administration. I want transparency. Well, damn it, where's the transparency coming from you guys? We're not asking you to make a decision. We're asking you to investigate. And anyone, I don't care which one of it is now, that tries to cover this up will pay in May. I will spend every waking hour of my day to make sure that happens. See, everybody's not afraid in this town. We're not scared. We just want from you what we deserve. And this family that came here today has a right to answers. Accountability. Why are we still playing with this? We have a folder full of inconsistent actions from this administration. In closing, because I'm not asking for 5 minutes today. In closing, let me say this. I'm putting it on your shoulders. You guys do whatever you think is wise for you. We'll be watching.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Yes, next speaker is Mr. Gilmore.
Good evening, Council, Administration, Madam Clerk, and others.
Good evening.
I'm here to set the record straight. I had said previously on other occasions that I was going to be silent no more, that I was a petitioning candidate until I'm not, and I've had some soul searching to do in regard to my candidacy for mayor as well. Several weeks ago, we pretty much suspended gathering signatures. Got a couple hundred. But after thinking about it, and after what happened today, I can't go forward. We had as people already know, it's not a secret, I've got several lawsuits against the city. Several. The most pressing one right now is the 2nd District federal case that I brought for the retaliation and other activities related to violating my First Amendment rights, to include, I was the one that set the documentation forward about the $700,000 that's missing. It was $200,000 when I sent it. Now, notwithstanding, pardon me? Yeah, it was from 2019. Now, this BA and or this Corporation Counsel were not there. It wasn't them. So they weren't involved in the letters that I sent, the spreadsheet that I sent, and the detail of what was happening that I also sent to the Attorney General and to DCA. So this outgrowth of this now $700,000 is from that. So I will claim it. I did it. Okay? When I see things that are not kosher or are not being done correctly, I say something. See something, say something. That's my moniker. And I believe in it, and that's how I operate. Let the truth be told. And let the truth fall where it may. That's it. We need more people that embrace that, philosophy going forward, because this town is corrupt to the bone. The corruption is really bad. So we need to clean it up. And I think we need new people to do that. So let's go back to what was previous presentation on the third-party lawyers, third-party representation. It's not working because, like I said, on my other case that I'm bringing forward, I was not interviewed for these charges, the defamation, sullying my name, my family name, from these false charges. I was never interviewed. And that was part of the third-party lawyer's responsibility to do. They did not do that. So my rights were violated again. Again. And today, in closing, and today, this morning, 11:30, with the federal magistrate for the status conference, the third-party lawyer didn't have the information ready. The discovery was not presented. Again, what's going on? I don't understand. Who are we hiring to do these cases? But it's going to wind up okay for me, but it's just taking too long. You know, so just put it on the record. You know, I will not be handing in my petitions for mayor. I cannot fight all these battles and honestly run for mayor, sue in the city. I can't do it. It's disingenuous. I'm not that guy. If I'm going to run, I'm going to run clean hands. I can't do it because I'm going to sue. It's my right to sue. I was violated, and they consciously tried to hurt me and my family. Me and my family and my name. So I'm going to sue with every fiber in my being and whatever money I have to spend. If I have to borrow money from Ernie to pay the bill. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Gilmore. Madam Clerk?
Yes, ma'am. Next speaker is Ms. Amador Raquel.
That's me. 4th Ward, Riverside. I'm not giving you my address. Can I have more than 3 minutes, possibly, just maybe?
The president have to make that decision.
Can I have more than 3 minutes, possibly, just maybe?
You can give her 5 minutes.
How many minutes, Council President?
5.
5? Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you. I know a bunch of y'all see my Facebook Lives. Y'all know I come here, I rant. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I started fighting for the city, not just for me and my family, but because if my neighbor is at peace, I'm at peace. Your peace is your gift to me. We are not at peace. We are crumbling. We are literally dying. I had a memory suppressed, and I didn't realize it was suppressed until I saw the surveillance video of my cousin's bodega being robbed and the gentleman being stabbed. This man helps my oldest daughter. We all know my oldest is on the spectrum. I was introduced to death at an early age. We moved to Paterson after that death. I was introduced to murder. My uncle's first wife, her parents had a bodega on Chadwick. 2 buttholes ran in there and shot both her parents to death in their store. Completely forgot about that trauma until I saw this around the corner from my house. In a year, I've had my neighbor shot to death and dying where her son saw her body. I've had SWAT on my block. I've seen my friend get stabbed. Now I'm truly fighting for mine, for my family. I want to leave, I want to run. You have families that are showing up for their family. I'm tired. What's the administration gonna do? What's the mayor gonna do? What are we doing in our houses? What are we doing? It's not just that administration, his fault, her, it's all of us. Can I request, can I demand, can I ask for a symposium, a summit, a conference of city council? At the same time, same hour, with recreation, with the school board, with DP, with everybody, every government official, everybody who makes a decision in Paterson. Is there any way we can get you all together so that we can attack this from all ends and not just, oh, we're doing homeless feeding here, oh, we're doing book bags. No, we all need to come together. It's no more just us. There's 65 of us watching right now. How many people are in Paterson? 100 and how many thousand? How many are here? I complain about the traffic and the lights because if we could control the little things, then we can control. I have no faith right now because the little things are out of control. We had the bus accident because some other butthole decided to run a red light with kids on the bus. The other day, my friend's car got totaled, and by the grace of God, my children were not in that car because I would not be here because it would be a whole other situation. We're dying. We are crumbling. I don't give a damn if it's election season or not because somebody else is gonna come in and somebody's gonna take this. Can we get all of the governing bodies of Paterson together to see how we can do this? I haven't called about the property on Highland Street because I'm still waiting to see how long it's gonna take. Kids are already playing outside. Why? Why does it take so long? Butler Street still is in the one-way. It was approved. Why does everything take so freaking long? We're dying. We're crumbling. Like, I had Barack come and get me in total because I haven't had a full-blown anxiety attack the way I had one on Friday, and it's not fair. I'm tired. I know y'all are tired. You guys signed up for it. It's your job. I could never do it. I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming all of us. All of us are the problem. We're not working together. An accident earlier today because another butthole decided to go around a car that was going too slow. Nobody's driving. There's no respect. There's nothing here. Why? What can we do? I always ask for opinions, I ask for solutions because let's work together. I live here, I pay my taxes, so it's my duty, it's my debt to try to work with you to better it. If my neighbor isn't at peace, I'm not at peace, and I want to be at peace. My kids don't have the luxury to play outside until the street light comes on because I might have to call Cotton or Mims to get my street light turned on. My kids can't play in the street because we don't have the luxury to yell car and move because they're flying down the street. There's absolutely no reason you should be doing 70 miles per hour in a residential area. And then I can't do something to flick you because if I do like this and your butthole-ish self doesn't have control of your vehicle, you're gonna take all the parked cars, you're gonna hit a pedestrian. We're dying. I need y'all to come together. We have enough schools to bring everybody together to see what's going on. I'm done with the blame game. Opinions, thoughts, ideas, bring them forward, but I can't do this anymore. I can't. And it's not fair. Life isn't fair, but these controllable things, no. Get it together. Can we get a school? Can we get Wimberley, recreation, Sumter, all of you, the mayor, Florio, I know you're watching this and you have contact with people who have my number. Call me, I need your advice. Let's get it together. Be safe. Thank you for my time.
Thank you. Madam Clerk, next speaker.
Yes, Madam President. Next
Madam
speaker.
BA, I'm sorry, before you call the next speaker, where did the chief go? With the family?
Lieutenant's here.
Okay. No. The lieutenant's here. You took notes, right? Okay. Madam Clerk, next speaker, please.
Yes, ma'am. Next speaker is Ms. Galishaw.
I'm going to be very brief. Just 2 issues, 3 issues I'd like to talk about. The first one, I want to speak about the disrespect that our community has to endure when we see that our council is arguing and disjointed. So I'm going to prayerfully ask you to work together to try to resolve some of these issues in Paterson. We have so many different advocates that are working against the city instead of for the city. We all agree that the mayor's position needs to be changed. We need new, clear leadership. And I am so glad that so many people see the need to step up and do something about it. We have to change that position. The smiling faces, the hundreds of dollars that he threw, I mean 100. He will pay 200 on something that, you know, requires $5,000 donations. $200? One Paterson has just about $1 million and you're giving $200. The smiley face game must leave. Stop inviting him to your events. Stop treating him like he's a god. He is a human being that has made some mistakes, and now it's time to move on. That's the problem. We can't get honesty. We don't know who our leaders really are. And I'm going to start by saying my own situation, where an article ran today. Defamation of character was imposed on Benji Wimberly, Sharon Easton, and Vera Ames. Those three, along with 14 other letters, were submitted to the judge in favor, not in favor, I should say, asking for leniency for my son. Never did they ask for vindication. Never. Those were letters of character. They only spoke about who they knew as a person before this happened. My son had no prior records as a juvenile. He's not a career criminal. And those facts were inconclusive. They were misquoted, and I am going to do something about that. I'm not going to let it ride, but to defame those individuals in our society. Who the hell is Jay to tell us who our leaders are? Who is he that he should choose? Funny you picked those three. There were 16 letters. Why did you choose those three? The black community cannot have true leadership. We can't. Because the media is out there to get us. That's why we have to tell our own story. We cannot entrust them. We need to be responsible for that. The other thing is this family. I am ashamed of this. And again, Spezial, Director of Safety, where are you? Where are you in this issue? There's a lot of positions that need to be changed. And Paterson, stop looking at the smiling faces. Forget this is your friend. Forget that your community is doing well. Look at the rest of the communities. They're all suffering. I'm going to pray for this election. I'm going to try to stay involved, but I am getting sick to the stomach at the abuse that's going on. Individuals in our community that are supposed to hold the line for the public. In closing, they're supposed to hold the line for the public so we'll know who is good for us and who's not, and we're selling out. We're selling out big time. We don't know who to trust. And I'm trying to stay in the middle of the line, but again, I apologize, publicly apologize for the defamation of character that the paper did today. Was a great injustice. Those individuals were only wrote letters of leniency, because that is not the person that my son has been in this society since he was born. And to say that he was a boy and now he's a man, he was 19. He graduated at 18. He's a January baby. And that makes him a man? That was not the act of a man. So whatever he wilded out on or had to do, I still say, if you're doing a guilty plea, it's still better than 40 to 60 years, because that's what our justice system calls for our black and brown kids. And it's not going to happen with mine. Thank you.
Thank you. Madam Clerk?
Yes, Madam President. Next speaker, Giovanni Dejesus.
How y'all doing? Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, I'm here on behalf. Now, tomorrow's going to be a month. As I was here last week, I was supposed to get answers 24 hours prior to that. I didn't get no answers, but just telling me about the detective from Helden are doing their job. I understand that. I want to know, why are these cops still wandering around here? I hold these cops accountable of my brother missing. Tomorrow is going to be almost a month. It's going to be a month tomorrow. Why are these cops are still wandering around? I still haven't received any calls from this mayor. Where is this mayor at? Where is this mayor at? He's supposed to be helping us, but no, he's hiding. I send them messages after messages on Instagram, Facebook, contact his number. He still haven't contacted me. Now, after 15 days, after 2 weeks later, he come and he posts my brother. He got to stop being a hypocrite. He got to stop being a hypocrite and show his face to myself. That's my brother that has been missing. And the last person that my brother was in hand, it was in hands of 2 police officers. At this time, the internal affairs still telling me that they cannot give me these 2 police officers' name or badge number. I need that because I am afraid of them. They could do the same thing to me or to one of my family members. I am accusing both of these cops in front of everybody. I'm accusing both of these cops of dropping my brother off on cold blue weather. Because if it would have been me dropping somebody off on cold blue weather and after that he's been missing, I will be in jail. And these cops are still patrolling the area. And not only that, they switch them from units. What are they hiding? I need answers. I need answers. I need answers from you guys or whoever it is. This mayor have to come and confront me. And right now it's too late for him. Right now it's way too late. Because he still haven't contacted me. He got my contact information. It's all over the media. It's all over the media. That's another thing. She contacted me about her car getting stolen, this and that. I doesn't care about that. What I care is about my brother. Everybody posting my brother. Everybody in the media posting my brother. The ma'am in front of me, she come post her car. Okay.
Sir, but
your car got stolen.
I didn't contact you for my car.
But you called me. You called. Wait. She called me the next day to confirm me about her car getting stolen. Okay, I understand that.
No,
I'm sorry for that. But now another thing is, then you spoke to me and told me about the detective, that Paterson chief. You spoke to them and they are all working together. The only person that been contacting me every single day is Heldon Detective. Heldon Detective, Miss Mims and Mr. Jackson. They've been in contact with me. They've been helping me. They've been trying to calm me down. They've been telling me have hope that we're going to get your brother back. We are working on this. We are working on this. But why is the mayor still haven't contacted me? Why? That's all I'm asking. Why? Why these 2 cops are still wandering around? Why? They are held accountable about this. My brother, man. This is not anybody. This is my brother. This is not fair.
So
I want my brother back.
I just because you addressed me directly, and there is no rebuttal with this, but you know, I did not contact you to tell you that my car was stolen. Okay, because my car was stolen prior to it. But this is not about me right now. This is going to be about. Excuse me, you cannot speak. This is about my conversation after Tuesday's meeting that we spoke. I said, I don't know what I can do, and I have legal here that was there in that room when I spoke to you.
You told me you were gonna get me
the following day,
answers.
right? The following day, I did call you. You said, I'm driving, I'll call you back.
And I called you back.
Okay, at that moment, sir, you cannot speak. Okay, at that time, I shared with you the information because the captain of Heldon contacted me. The captain of Heldon said, I watched the meeting and I want you to understand that Paterson Police is not the lead agency.
No, it's Heldon.
Okay,
they
it's
don't want
Heldon.
Paterson is covering everything.
I understand, but please let me complete what I'm saying. So when I contacted you and I told you the information that was given to me, you said, I already know all of that.
That information?
Yes, you did. You said, and I said, well, that's all I can give you because that is all I have. In addition, I want to clarify, you said that Paterson, that the police department, the fire department, that no one had done anything, and it was confirmed by the captain of Heldon that said that it was Paterson and the victims' crimes along with the fire department that were the ones sending and doing the diving and all. And so I just shared that. So for you to come here and say that I called you about my car was stolen a week before.
You told me about your car.
Okay, no. I said there's a lot going on. So listen.
Anyway, this doesn't matter.
No,
I
exactly.
want answers
the car
of
thing
my
doesn't
brother.
matter. But I need you to understand this, okay? I feel you. I wish I can have more, but I can only give you. I have the chief of police right here.
He don't have nothing either.
Okay, but what I'm trying to share with you that if the police department See, this council here, we can say, and that is great that you have communication with various council members here, but they can't give you any more information, okay, than the police department or the leading agency or the attorney general's office. You guys have contacted the FBI.
So where is this
we
mayor?
don't have that information.
So where's the mayor?
Okay.
He's supposed to help me.
The administration is right here. You have his BA. Listen, I cannot answer for the mayor. I'm answering because you addressed me to say that I called you, okay, and that's all I'm going to say.
Definitely.
But I wanted to put on record that I did what I said I was going to do, which was get information. Soon after I got that information, I called you. Then you called me back, all right? So I'm putting it and clarify. I'm going to give you the floor, Councilman Jackson.
Also me.
I just want to clarify that because I don't want anyone to think, because as a council, okay, that this council doesn't care. But the reality is that I can't give you more than what I already have. Right. And with that said, sir, you cannot speak right now. One moment. Councilman Jackson?
Osaka to the floor.
So, Council President, you know, what's disheartening, this is about the 4th family since I've been sitting on this council that's come to this council every single night and have to beg for just a measure of compassion. You know, this is disheartening. You know, it's sad how certain lives are measured differently than others, where the mayor will post how a young man who we all care for as well was murdered, but yet when there was a young man who was murdered at the hand of police officers, he made a derogatory comment. So listen, to the family, right? It's very troublesome to be in a position where you have no control, no power. You know, the Attorney General sets certain guidelines in which gives them a certain amount of authority where we don't have any say over what they do. They all, even if it involves us. Attorney General guidelines prohibit us from talking. But what I would make a recommendation today to this council, where we do have the authority, we should draft a resolution or an ordinance that would require the BA to answer, to provide answers and to provide consult, and also to provide resources to the families who loses a loved one at the hand of any city employee. This council has the authority to do that. And if the BA does not, then we also have the authority to remove that person. So if we're going to talk about exercising our authority and what we can and cannot do on behalf of the public, you know, because I feel it just as much. When the BA sits there so callously and has no answer, you know, I wish you guys could only have witnessed some of the things that I've witnessed here and some of the examples of what they do. And it's an obvious concern of mine, because they don't have any concern of our people who are losing their lives every single day in these streets. Now, I'll just say this, and I'm gonna put this on record. While the chief is here, while Corporation Counsel's here, if there was officers who worked for Paterson PD who had anything to do, who had possession of this person, I'm a firm believer, if you have nothing to hide, then you should have a willingness to share. If there's nothing to hide, then there should be full disclosure. Body cameras, dashboard cameras, cameras around the community, whatever the case might be. Why does a family have to come and have concern about their loved ones because their loved one is of less value to some than others? So this council, we need to start taking action. And these are some of the things that I've been pushing on all the time. It's a simple resolution, Council President. We could create it as an ordinance, which would require, you know, the Jameek Lowry family came here and did the same thing. And then you had the McKnight family came here, and they did the same thing. How many families are we going to have come here? When it's one of our families, look at Raquel shaking. She's shaking at the podium. She can't even sit there and have a clear a conversation on a public forum without being distraught. Because these conditions in our community is unacceptable. And we watched it. We watched a person in a Paterson police uniform go in the hospital, slap somebody, we've seen it all over social media. So where's the level of accountability to the public? Because the gentleman's absolutely right. If he was the one that committed an infraction, he'll be arrested, he'll be charged, the Attorney General will be here, and everybody else will be here. We need to start putting measures in place as a council that the public can rely on.
Council President.
Thank you very much, Councilman Jackson. Councilman Velez.
Thank you, Council President. I don't know if the folks that was here last week remember when I told the administration to pull resources to the family, to had assigned somebody from the police department to go with you guys step by step, to have direct communication with you guys. I don't know if that happened. Okay. Now that the case is in the prosecutor's office, I will recommend then the corporate counsel to draft a letter to see how they could expedite this investigation. As soon as they expedite it, anything could be released to any of your attorney. And then from there, your attorney will probably communicate with whoever they have to communicate and get an answer from, I know where you're concerned. You are satisfied that Helden is the lead. You are satisfied that they went to the river and looked for it because Helden requested. But what you're not satisfied is why Paterson PD had him in custody and let him go. And that had to be answered when the investigation from the prosecutor is completed. But I will recommend you, and I don't have no remorse to say it, and I spoke to the family before, get an attorney that will use probably the legal words to get to them, to the police, to the Attorney General, and get conclusion. But for now, Madam BA, with the request of council, with the permission of Council President, I sent a text to the Director, Jerry Special, to please check every single abandoned property in the city of Paterson. And they have done it. But when the police search is done, okay, then they could say, listen, we did it, right? You did it, and you could certify. And I'm glad that you take ownership in something that they're supposed to do, okay? So, once again, I got a request. I know Councilman Jackson did it real eloquent words how to request this. But last week, I requested direct communication with the primary family on this case, resource to the family to lead them in how this process is, because the factor of this situation is, first of all, the primary one is we have somebody missing. Second, communication. And we have learned that this administration pick and choose who they want to communicate, all depends how the election goes. And this is not a political situation. If he want to go to attend a funeral home, a funeral event, because he see votes there, but in the other side, because the brown and black situation is going on, he don't want to go. And I have seen that myself. He goes pay for funeral catering for people, and the other one they don't. So that has to stop. This is not politics. This is a victim out there. We need to know where they're at, and the only way that we could get answer to this family. And Mr. Giovanni, yes, you have communicated with me, and I'm being honest with you, is having a straight communication. As a resident of the 5th Ward that he is, and those residents are from the 5th Ward, and as legislated we are, please take this serious. Somebody could die tomorrow, and tomorrow we're still investigating how the bones got into the bags so we could get an answer to them. Where is this investigation? Where is the prosecutor situation? And at least they could, and where his brother at? Okay, so Madam President, I hope you, Madam BA, you took notes, and I request it again and again and again. And if they come here 20 times, I'm going to request it again. There's a lack of communication. I believe there's something that you could certify them to make sure that they get answer from the administration.
To just
Council President,
finalize,
very quickly.
To just finalize this conversation, the last thing that I did was go direct to Spezial through the chief in a public safety committee meeting to ask, all right, in terms of what was stated, that the last time that was, at least to my understanding, let's just put it that way, they were in custody of 2 officers. And when I asked who were they, I was told that because there was an internal affairs investigation, we were not able to get that information. I was also told about body cams, and the same thing that through the prosecutor's office, it cannot. So I only shared with you the information that was given to me. Unfortunately, it is not the information that you wanted, but I gave to you and in front of the entire, and I have the body that was there while we were having, and me asking the questions.
At this moment, I feel those cops kidnapped my brother. Simple as that. I can find them nowhere. They have to do something with my brother. It's either they dropped them off, they lied about dropping them off, or they took them somewhere else. They did something to my brother. That's point blank period. I want answers. That's all I want. And I appreciate you guys, the answers you guys gave me, but I'm not, I accept a couple of them, but I want answers from the mayor. I want answers from these two cops that get up the office. They have to get out of it, but they could do that to another family, and that's not fair. They're not gonna do this again. They picked up my brother and they dropped him off. I can go through weather, show you. Y'all can see it on the second picture. It's not fair. It's not fair for my family. It's not fair for the community out there. Now we gotta watch our back because we don't need to go outside and the cops are supposed to protect and serve us, but no, they're picking us up and dumping us in the woods. That's all woods. Yeah. It's all woods. And that's not fair to us. I just want answers. My family want answers. And not even answers. I want my brother answers. Yeah. My brother gotta be in the hospital. I go to the hospital every single day, but they say something about the hippo. They can't give me information. They can't give me this. The mayor can do that. The mayor can walk inside the hospital and check who's at that bed in Walmart and check who's in there. The mayor can do that. But the mayor hasn't contacted me. The mayor is still staying down in chair with his family. I want my brother. You guys go home. You guys sleep. We don't sleep.
Yeah. Council President.
Yes.
I just want to say to our Corporation Counsel, can you answer anything? No, she's not the Corporation Counsel. She's the BA. He's the corporate. I'm just saying, can you shed light on some of the things that they're asking for? And Council President, there's things they're not going to tell us.
I understand, and that's my point. And
right,
Councilwoman,
and they're not going to tell us. I'm not unless I got an undercover person in here somewhere. But I don't have an undercover person.
Councilwoman, as you are aware, and many of you, you've been public safety chair, many here, that you know exactly what I'm talking about, that there's certain information that not even we get. So you want answers, and I got it that you said the mayor. You know, I keep pointing at the chief. He's sitting here. He is the top of the police department. We have a lawyer who's Corporation Counsel. So even, and I'm sorry, not even the BA can answer certain things that the chief knows. I'm sorry.
Right here.
Depend on which side. There's Councilman.
Council President.
One second. Can I just say something? I need you, just as this council is respectful of you, respect that we're giving you time and you cannot speak over. There can't even be a rebuttal, and we're allowing this because we understand the situation.
Okay. Hold on, who's laughing?
Councilman Khalid. No, let's not. Okay, we're gonna need order.
Don't come here and disrespect me. Okay. No, I'm not. Okay. It's under investigation, right? Correct? The police department here, they will answer you. Come to a conclusion today or tomorrow. Don't come here and try to disrespect me. Come on.
So just so you understand, and I'm gonna continue to say this, okay? And we're gonna finalize. Corporation Counsel is the BA. Corporation Counsel was gonna say something. No, the BA. Councilman. No. There's no. We're gonna have to. Madam BA. Okay. Madam BA.
Thank you, Council President. And at this point, and I thank you for your comments and the comments of the other council and reiterating what Corporation Counsel said last week. We don't necessarily have the answers that the family is looking for, but we can emphasize the fact that we have supported with resources from the start. And while Councilman Velez was talking about, you know, the need for the Paterson police to take charge, it's really, as you mentioned, under the investigation of Haledon. We are doing everything that they are asking for us above and beyond, including the resources. I know that doesn't help ease the pain of not having answers, but that doesn't mean that the city of Paterson is not doing its part to try to get there. That work continues. That work continues from the police officers, the police chief and his team. We have been in conversation the very next day, Corporation Counsel, the council members on this issue. I know that doesn't make anybody feel better, but that is the truth.
The only way that I'll feel better is those two cops get arrested. Simple as that. They are accountable of my brother. If they would have never touched my brother, arrested my brother, put him back in the unit, or at least if they would have reported, my brother would have been at this moment. And they denied it for 10 days. No, it's not fair. It's not fair because if one of us would have done it, we would have been behind bars.
Council President.
Okay, so with that said, Councilman Jackson.
Madam, thank you. Very quickly.
So
for the floor, Madam President. Very quick, I want to make sure I emphasize to the family because it's important for us to keep things in focus, right? We get a little bit out of focus and we place blame where it's not, right? And as a council person, people may say there's certain things that I'm responsible for in my area, but quite honestly, I'm not. It's the administration that's responsible for this entire city. We cut the checks to give them the authority to do certain things. They oversee the police department. They oversee the fire department. When you see the hiring practices that goes on, they're in full control of that. So I want to just make sure we keep it in perspective on where to place the I don't want to say blame, but where to place the responsibility. But I will say this, and Mr. Rucker, you can acknowledge this, because when Vaughn McCoy was the former Assistant Attorney General of the state, and something happened to one of his family members, every single police department unit, from the FBI to the Attorney General, they all was here. They ran down on Paterson until the case was solved. Now here you have a family, and I just got a text message from another family member, Miss Naomi Peaches Simmons, who her son was recklessly mowed down on Temple Street Hill, and here it is years later. I made an attempt to name a street after her son, and still that case isn't solved. This family is not asking for a 4-year process, a 5-year process. They're expecting answers now. So as we can acknowledge what I just said, that it's not the council's purview to oversee, for oversight over the community, we do have certain capabilities. And what I presented is it falls within the council's purview. That way that the director of police and the BA would have to at least have a measure of compassion. She should be carving out a half hour, an hour every single day to meet with the family, giving them an update, something. But for them to have to wait each and every week to come to a council meeting, then feel as if they're being disrespected and that their brother's life is of no concern, of course they're going to be here. Every single one of us would be here that same way.
Council President.
And see, the difference is, I don't care. I treat every incident as if it's my own. I go hard on every single incident. And I often get categorized or labeled as being out of control or being, because it's what's been happening in our community. We all witnessed it for how many years? While people who don't live here have control over these various departments, and the things that happen to us in our community seem to go unacknowledged all the time. We are here to represent them. So if we're not taking action to represent them, and we keep falling on the blade of the Attorney General guidelines and so on and so forth, why are we here? Because we would not feel the same way if we was on the other side of the podium. So, Council President, Corporation Council can draft the resolution now, today, so we can put it on this workshop so that we, hence moving forward, any person who loses their lives at the hands of a city employee, there should be extra measures taken to ensure that the community's satisfaction is guaranteed. We understand there's investigations. Corporation Council will always be here to direct that, but just to ignore the family, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable.
Council President.
Council President.
Madam BA.
If I could just reiterate that because the lead is happening in Haledon, that's going to be the best source of information at any point in time. And so that information you're getting is the best source of information.
Haledon doesn't know what happened in our police unit. Haledon doesn't know what happened in our police unit while his brother was in custody.
Madam President.
So one second.
Madam President.
Just 1 second, please. So it is my understanding, yes, that through the captain, he did say that that Heldon is the lead agency, but he also stated that he was working with Paterson. Okay, he did say that they were working with various entities in Paterson. And so what he did say, though, to me, and he did say that he has spoken to the family various times, and that he did reiterate that Heldon was the lead and that they were working with Paterson, and that all of they were working with the police department, Detective Stanley Rodriguez through crimes. They were working with the fire department for the rescue. Yes. So, but I understand, but the lead. So even your captain from Heldon stated that to me. He says, "I can't give you more. It's under investigation." Okay, so that's where we're. So we're going to finalize this with Councilman Mendez.
And I just want to say, listen, Giovanni, I'll tell you that's that seat right there. It's the mayor's responsibility. He is the higher authority in this city. He always covered behind the VA, and he never sit there on that chair. And I will tell you this: it was hard for me to believe that he hasn't been able to get in contact with all of you. That's heartbreaking. That shows all of us how much he cares about this city. You guys are Paterson residents that deserve respect. You need guidance, you need counseling, you need resources, you need help. This family need help, Madam BA. And just by the fact that you've been here multiple times requesting the mayor to just answer it, to sit down with all of you, and not even a phone call, that's shameful. I mean, how can, this is unacceptable. And Madam BA, and I hope he just, looking at the meeting, he should be sitting there. And it's my request, Madam BA, I don't know, and I hope he get the message tomorrow, to sit down with this family immediately and have a conversation with his family. They're not asking him to respond all the questions that they have because it's an investigation. But out of respect, he's the mayor elected by the people of this city. And not answer a call, not calling this family when this man is lost, that's unacceptable. And I want all Paterson, and let me tell you this, not because I'm running against him, but I want all Patersonians to look at this meeting and look at this situation exactly, because it's the same model with all the people, all the family that have been going through the same situation, and he cares less. So I hope and I will pray that he call you back tomorrow, Giovanni, and get a meeting together and receive all the family on his office and offer you some resources, all right? Counseling. This family, they cry. This is something that I cannot believe that we got this man in office doing this kind of thing. That's my request, Madam BA. I hope he's listening to that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Councilman. Thanks to the family for being here. And once again, our heart goes out. All right. Thank you. Madam Clerk, I have to bring the next speaker.
Yes, Madam President. Next speaker is Crystal Garcia.
Okay. You could bring it down.
Here again, for the same issue. My brother-in-law is going to be a month tomorrow. It's a shame that we have to come here as Paterson residents, people that put you here, to come to you for answers. Today is the first night that we actually speak to the chief of Paterson, and they say. He said that they are assisting Heldon with the missing person. They did do, the scuba divers with the boats. They did. But where's Paterson's search party? What have you done to help us as a family, to help hit abandoned buildings? You see the crime rate, everything that's going on. A girl went missing the other day in Paterson, and she was found shot in the head in the trunk by Union Ave, by the same area. Okay, just a coincidence. After that, there has been 2 other guys missing in the area of Paterson. Like, what is going on? Is no one opening their eyes that there's a bigger problem? I'm not saying that the corruption may have came in just from the inside as well. There's somebody out in Paterson that may be out here kidnapping people, killing people, doing something. And what is anyone as the community doing, or anyone back here, back office, to try to make us feel better in this city, to make us feel safe? And as a family, we still don't have no answers as to where's our brother. No one helping us. You guys have enough money, enough people. You have much authority than us. I mean, because for certain personal issues, if it was one of your family members that went missing, I'm sure it would have been all over the news. All type of detectives would have been out here. Boats would have been in that river every day, day and night. okay? But because it's not, you know, it's one of the people that get you here in this position, you know, we don't have that type of search party. You guys have money to host private parties for ballots, but not a private party to search for a person that's missing, a missing person. Like, this is the bigger picture. We're not talking about materialistic things or anything. We're talking about a family that can't eat, can't sleep. We don't have no answers. We have no clearance. Like, yes, we understand this is a Helden case. We understand it's the lead case. We understand all of it. But where is Paterson's part as their search party? They had last communication with one of their officers. They didn't protect and serve at the moment. They put him in code blue like a dog, worse than a dog because we can get charged for an animal, out in the weather, outside. After that, we have not seen him. He went missing. It is a park there. There's a school there. Now that we talk about all elections, all the money and everything you have, right? How is it so smart that you have John F. Kennedy behind a big-ass park with bridges, waters, no coverings in this bridge, no coverings in this water? You have teenagers there that are going through mental issues, and you have no camera footages in that area at all? How about we put some money into some cameras where even our children are not safe? Because a human, a grown-ass man went missing in that area. And even if it's not an inside job, because I'm not saying the Paterson police took him and kidnapped him. No, were they wrong? We know where they went wrong, and negligence of the officers, putting him in a park, endangering his life at the moment, and not in the right state of mind, a person that's supposed to be in the right state of mind. Now, had they did that, the right thing, we would have found him sober the next day, up in the hospital, in the complex, wherever it is. He would have been okay. We wouldn't have been here right now. But then also, how about you investigate everyone that came in and out that park? But why not? Now there's not even enough cameras to see who came in and out that park, to see if he was taken out in a vehicle. There's bigger pictures. We need cameras around there. Even kids are not safe. A 41-year-old went missing. To end this, I'm just going to say, hopefully we don't have to be here next week. Hopefully we do have some type of answers, or somebody communicating, or the mayor or administrator, or something. But there has to be some type of Paterson search party. You have to do something for us other than just telling us it's under investigation. We know this. We gave you the information we have. You did no job. We did your detective work as regular residents. Okay, so hopefully we don't, and we can have some answers, because we can't sleep. This is indifference to life. If you don't know what it means, look it up. Okay?